Make the strings louder.
What's up, guys? Hanging out at the shop a little bit tonight. I'm gonna do a couple things to my my little Saab Aero dad wagon. I recently got this. It's like a monthly, like unlimited car wash thing, and get this thing a little dirty, take her in there, get her all shined up. Well, I know it's probably not the best thing for the paint, but damn, it's nice to be able to look at it again. I would also like to say at the beginning of this video, I would like to congratulate again Thomas for winning the S14, and I would appreciate you guys if you'd show him a little bit of respect. You know, whether or not you guys think he's a car guy or not. I mean, super nice kid, you know, going to college, doing some things with his life, and you know, he entered and he won. So, you know, again, I know a lot of you guys are super positive about it, but I did see a lot of like negative things, you know, talking about how, you know, you don't think he's a car guy or anything like that, or how he doesn't deserve it, or, you know, I mean, I feel like no matter who won, you know, there'd be people upset about it, no matter what, just because, you know, they didn't win. You know, like I said, he entered, and you know, he got his entries in, and you know, he got lucky and he won it. So again, thank you guys for being positive. You know, and again, congrats to him. But we're just gonna be hanging out in the shop a little bit tonight. There's a couple little things I would like to do to the Saab. As you can tell in here, we cleaned it up quite a bit after you know, basically right after, well, when Adam was here, and then right after that we went straight into the building the giveaway car. It was just a complete mess, so the shop's getting a little clean. Not the best. You can see how it stacked up some stuff and it fell over, and got some other trash we gotta take out, and still gotta clean up this area. But we're getting there, trying to clean up the shop a little bit. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys what I am planning on doing to the Saab tonight. A couple little things, little upgrades about the shifting. So there's basically shifter cables that run up over here, up under the battery cable on top of the transmission, and this is a little thing that Genuine Saab makes, and it basically wraps around it and takes up the slack because there's rubber bushing. So this basically makes it a solid piece. This is also a shifter like mount, like the little tripod where it actually holds the shift levers inside. This is like it deletes the rubber bushings in there, so it's really solid. And this is also a little short shift kit. So basically you cut off the stock shifter and the little nipple at the bottom, and then you put this on here and it extends it a little bit. And so it you know, gives you a little bit shorter of a throw for the shifter. You know, because for the one from the factory, you could tell it has a little bit of play in it. Not a whole lot, but it definitely has it. This, as you guys know, is the turbo V6. It's a 2.8 liter, and with the 6-speed manual transmission, which is pretty cool. And but yeah, so you can see has a decent amount of throw to it. You know, not the worst, but definitely. I was researching. Nick, the guy who owns Genuine Saab, he posts a lot of stuff on Instagram, does a bunch of crazy machining. He was showing, you know, basically the shifter slop in here, as well as these, as well as this, and I was just like, oh, I need that. Also, there's these polyurethane torque mount inserts that he sells as well, and that's Genuine Saab. And they also have a downpipe that I'm looking to get here shortly. I do need to upgrade the clutch in this thing. From the factory, these things have like 250 horsepower. This one has some sort of a tune on it, and I don't know what, but I mean, it's pretty quick from the factory. It should be around, you know, 300 horse, like 320 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere in there. But I tell you what, this thing is it's super quick. It's fun to drive. I mean, I love hopping in this thing. And just cruising around. It's definitely fun, especially with doing the whole t-shirt thing. It's nice to just be able to load t-shirts and groceries and, you know, kid stuff and stroller, and I mean, it's an awesome little thing. But if you guys have ever known a Saab guy, I mean, we're Saab guys, and we love these damn things, and there's a reason. But yeah, so Nick, the guy who does this, you can definitely tell he loves Saabs and is all about them. So he makes all these fancy little parts to kind of upgrade them, which I think is really cool. So like I said, I do need to upgrade the clutch. Since this thing is tuned, they kind of put like a big torque spike in them. Around like 3,500 RPMs is where it makes like the most torque. And like literally if you're on the highway just cruising in 6th gear, I mean, you get into this thing and it just like pulls, like when you're on the highway at like 80 miles an hour, which is crazy. But you know, as soon as you get into it, just start slipping the clutch a little bit. So I'm pretty sure this is a stock clutch with 130 some thousand miles on it. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to be modifying this one. If you guys seen my one of my other videos, I did get another wagon. It's the 08. I don't know. Saab dilemmas. I like these things too much and I end up buying too many. But I'm basically waiting to find another wrecked car to fix that one. And then my dad wants to buy this one. And I don't know. It's a situation. Everybody wants the Saabs. Ty has the same one. And that's actually why I have two of these things, because one is for him, and then he's probably gonna end up ordering the short shift thing after me to see if he likes it or not. But yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling, and I'm gonna start tearing apart the inside of this stuff and get that part installed first, and then do this stuff out under the hood, or vice versa. I don't know. I'm gonna do something though. Alright, so a little bit of an update. Basically what happened, or not really what happened, is I took all the stuff off and started looking at it, and this car actually already has a short shifter on it. I'll have to go to the other side, but you can see right here, the stock one, it kind of goes down at the angle right there, goes to the side, and then this is the piece that's basically you cut off that stock piece, and then you put that on some set screws. If you look in here, you can see basically it's not sideways anymore, and it has a set screw right there. So that piece right there has already been modified, so it already has another thing, but it didn't have the solid bushing kit. As you can see right there, I went ahead and installed that and got rid of these stock rubber ones that kind of give it a little bit of play. So yeah, that's cool that it already had a short shifter in it. Ty drove my car, since he pretty much got the same thing, but his is the 2-liter 6-speed manual. So yeah, he was saying that he really liked the way that my car felt and the shifter felt. And I was like, yeah, mine does feel like a lot better than his, because his felt like kind of like poo, honestly. But yeah, so anyhow, I'm glad I only ordered one of these kits, because I was talking to him about it and he wanted it, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna order it because I want to put it in mine if mine does, you know, and see if I can make mine any better, so I could really tease him. But I don't know, I felt like mine felt pretty decent anyhow, but I figured if I can make it better, why not? But yeah, so we'll put that in his, but I went ahead and installed the little solid things in there to get rid of a little bit of the slop in it. So now I'm going to do some of the stuff under the hood, which is that little shifter deal. So now I'm going to pull it forward and stick it on the lift so I could put that little torque mount in it, and then mess with the shift linkage on the lift. I don't have to have it on the lift for the shift linkage, but I could pull it up here and get it all going at once. Alright, so I got this thing up in the air, and it looks like there's two of these like tranny torque mounts. You can see the one in the front, and then you can see the one in the back. You could almost, if I could figure out a way to wiggle this thing, you could almost just like see how much play it just has, because it doesn't have a whole lot of actually rigidity to it. So like I said, there's these guys, and they basically just slip in, and it looks like it would fit in either one of them, but I'm assuming probably put it in the front one, and that one looks like it's a little bit easier to get to as well, because it has a little bit less bracketry around it. Alright, so you can see right here, got the battery tray off, and then there's that, and you can see them big old rubber bushings around them. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to show you if I can, if it's wiggly or not. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see that. Take this little guy right here and loosen it up. Pull that little guy off. This little 3mm guy, tighten her down. Nice. So let's see if that has any slop in it now. Yeah, definitely felt a little bit better. So we'll, I guess we'll see once it's once we take it for a drive and see how it feels. Alright, so got everything all back together, and I'm going to take it for a quick little rip. If you guys are curious about this car, where it came from, or how I ended up getting it, I did buy it from the auction, and I ended up buying another car that had some engine issues, and I used because this one was wrecked in the front end, and I basically took all the front end pieces off of that other one and put it on here, as well as like radiator, intercooler, condenser, and stuff like that off of another car, headlights, just a bunch of random stuff off Saabs to kind of get it back together. But this is my reasonably priced daily. I think I'm in this thing for like $1,200 or something like that with the wheels and all the random little stuff to it. So that's not a bad deal, because normally these things go between like $5,000 and $6,000 or so for like the little Aeros. But yeah, I absolutely love this little thing. So I'm gonna take it for a quick little rip. All right, guys. So out driving it, my kind of first impressions. You guys can see this, all right? So this is second. It definitely feels a lot more direct and like not as cushy. Like it feels a little bit more, you know, like clunky. You know, not really clunky, because it's not really clunking in anything, but it feels more direct with less of the slop. I can feel, the thing I noticed the most is probably the torque mount. It just feels like the car just feels a little bit more direct. Kind of like I don't know, a little bit more like response, I guess, from the engine. You can feel it. But so this is third gear. We're at 3,000 RPMs. Like I said, my clutch slips a little bit at high load, so it might not slip, but it might. Cars are definitely quick. I mean, not like super, like, you know, your eyeballs, you know, eyelids flapping in the back of your head fast, but they're decently quick, especially for, you know, reasonably priced like daily drivers. I would definitely compare, you know, its kind of speed to like a 335i or something like that. Yeah, definitely feels really good now. Let's see, what are we at? We're in second. So we'll just do like a 40 to 70. Actually, we'll do like a 30 to 90. So this is third gear to the floor. Let's see what happens. Clutch slipping. Got out of it for a minute. But yeah, so this thing, I don't know exactly what stage of tune or who tuned it or what tune is on it, but it definitely boogies. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Sorry if it was kind of short or, you know, random, or if I didn't get like a whole lot done. I just figured, you know, you guys could kind of hang out with me for the shop a little bit tonight. Well, I did something random other than having no video at all. We have been messing with, or like working on shipping out orders, and the issue is just some of the suppliers, and then an issue with the hats, and then because they're like the 3D ones with the foam, and then they stitched over them, and the foam was doing some weird stuff. Anyhow, so we're like over a week behind on those things. Also, if you guys have ever messed with like trying to get anything done at like a screen printer or like something like that, and then like the artwork, and it has to get approved, and then all these like little revisions and little minor tweaks and stuff. So we ran into issues with that, and then they told us like 7 to 10 days, but it was 7 to 10 days after the artwork's approved, and it was just like, but they didn't get back to us for like a week, and issues with that. I don't know. I mean, if we had the stuff, we would have shipped it by now. But we have all the t-shirts and everything in stock, and basically the only thing we're waiting on is the hats and then the key tags. The key tags should be here by the end of this week. So by midweek next week, you guys everything should 100% be out. I really do apologize to everybody, and you know, I guess say thank you guys for being so patient so far. I mean, we did kind of jump into this thing head first. I mean, it's just me, Ty, and David shipping stuff. You know, Adam helped us out a little bit with kind of telling us how to, you know, get everything set up, but, you know, that you can't, I guess, foresee, you know, the future with, you know, having issues with suppliers and them not kind of, you know, meeting their end of the deal, because I feel like we did everything on our part. But yeah, again, congratulations to Thomas. That thing should be getting out of here within the next week or so. You know, they're gonna be traveling across the country. It would have been cool for us to deliver it, but you know, with the schedule and the shipping, and I mean, just everything, this worked out better. But again, appreciate you guys watching. I will be getting back to this thing. I do need to go over a couple of the little spots that went down to bare metal before I actually go and like spray the jams and everything. So probably gonna do that, let it sit for like a day, and then spray the door jams, let it sit for a couple of days, and then end up getting this thing sprayed, because it is pretty much ready to paint. So yeah, like I said, I would have had it painted before Adam got here if I would have had like another like 3 days or so, but it just wasn't in the cards, and I wasn't gonna rush it. So I don't know. Well, this thing should be coming together here shortly, and or you know, at least starting work on it again. I know I've had this thing a little bit over a year, but again, catch you guys later.